What happens when we don't find our identity? The other day, I have a friend called Sophie, and she was saying, because I didn't know who I was, I had to go through that 10 years of turmoil when I was exhausted. Because you can't set your boundaries because you don't know where your boundaries are, because you don't know how much you are, right? So let us find out what are, how we can decide our identity, what we are. So the first step that I have in 10P formula is knowing who you are, right? So that personality makeover has to happen if we need. So first of all, we need to decide what kind of personality we have. So can you see me? How do I look? Do I look like a coach? Because I don't wear a coat. And I don't look, I don't look the normal coach way, but I look myself, right? So anyways, here we are going to learn about who we are, how we should continue to be who we are. That is very important because that is when we will be comfortable with ourselves. Let us see, and if we are able to learn that, let me share the screen in which already we have the learning about how to have the voice to command like an empress. So let me start with this. Finding our identity. So it should have started from the beginning, but after we overcome our insecurity only, then, or in the process of doing so, we'll be able to find our identity. So let us start. For many years, I felt like something was missing inside. So how many of us feel like that, empty inside? No matter what level of success I obtained or how many goals I accomplished, I would feel let down afterward. I expected to feel fulfilled, but instead, I felt empty. Don't get me wrong. It felt good to check something off the list, but deeper fulfillment eluded me. After years, even decades, pursuing a goal, I felt like, now what? As I have, so this is the first thing. Have you felt empty after being fulfilled in so many ways? Now what? As I shared in my book, The Mask of Masculinity, in the early years of building my business, I was succeeding on the outside, making money and growing my brand. But I didn't feel fulfilled because I hadn't healed a lot of different things in my life. I actually felt frustrated because I was out of alignment with my integrity, values, and vision. So, out of alignment with integrity, values, and vision. I was more focused on how to make more money, get more influence, and prove people wrong than on serving others and fulfilling my meaningful mission. What I have come to realize is that for most of my life, I was accomplishing things just to prove people wrong. Whether the bullies from my childhood or the people who picked me last to be on their teams. I was focused on trying to heal scars from the past and prove I was something other than what they thought I was, or something other than what I thought they thought I was. My fuel to succeed came from my wounded inner child, but it wasn't meaningful or sustaining well. It led to me pursuing goals for self centered reasons and not for a place of pure love. In short, I left I let other people define my identity. It tried to be someone I was not. Through getting clear about my identity, through my journey with the School of Greatness, I transitioned into becoming someone who focused on serving others. My fuel became how can I collect wisdom from experts to improve my life and deliver it to others so they can become better versions of themselves. The process of healing your past is essential to you being able to ask one of the most important questions you will ever answer. Who are you? And only you can answer that question. ରେକର୍ଡ କରୁଛି ଆଉ ୟା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଗୋଟେ ସେସନରେ ଥିଲି ଦେଖିଲେ ଆମ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ହବ ମା ସେ କିଏ ଗୋଟେ ଧଡ ଧଡ କରୁଛି ବରଯାତ୍ରୀ ଯେ ଭୋକୁଛନ୍ତି ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀର ଗୋଟେ ଆଣିଛି ବହି ଯେ ଏତେ ମୋଟାଟା ନ୍ୟୁ କରି ଏବେ ରେକର୍ଡ କରୁଛି ହଉ ହଉ ପରେ ଏମିତି କର very good. Hungary? Hungary? ହଉ ଯାଅ ଏ ଗଛ ପତ୍ର ଦେଖି ଆସ how old? Cultivated or pruned. As a child, Payal Kadakia, ClassPass founder, artist, and author of Life Pass, lived two lives. Around her American friends, she was all American. Around her Indian friends, let me use this also. Around Indian friends, she was proud of it. Traditionally, an mighty witness birthday. Calls which studied dance. No matter which community she found herself in, she felt pressure to feel ashamed of the singing to the other part of. In truth, she was authentically a part of both. Now older and equipped with more insight. Byron says, when you meet these others, you don't know what success looks like. She calls it plan B success. It's not the success path you choose for yourself, but one you sort of fell into accidentally. And no wonder it doesn't feel fulfilling to you. It is not yours. I think we could all benefit from Payal's reminder that we are allowed to draw from different types of our identity. As she looks back now, she told me she can see how it is the combination of her identities that gives her the ability to solve the problems she was meant to solve. And she grateful she got to experience both the business and the creative worlds. So she could explore different thoughts and processes. Who or what has shaped your identity? Did you cultivate it yourself, or did someone else choose to grow in a particular direction? Let me- Are you prone to grow in a particular direction, or is it your natural? You have to nurture your own growth in the direction of your own meaningful mission, or it will flow wherever other people take it. This nurturing process both is self-directed and open-minded journey. You should intentionally choose your path, but be prepared to explore new directions. Organizational psychologist Adam Grant shared with me an interesting psychological term called identity foreclosure, which is what happens when people commit to a single identity, even one they're excited about, before exploring other options. Adam has seen this story play out with college students who commit themselves to one career before really testing out any other options. Such students often reach a point when they think they chose incorrectly, but feel trapped because their identity is then firmly tied to their work. Maybe you can relate to that close connection between identity and work. Or maybe you define who you are more by the community you associate with. In that case, you need to be careful not to place your membership in this community ahead of your own values. Social psychologist Dr. Amy Cuddy spoke with me about this temptation. She reminded me that our values make us who we are. So compromising those values for a group means giving up an agency over our lives. It can be tempting to conform to peer pressure and adopt the same beliefs as the people closest to you, but hold true so that to what is right for you and your mission. So the next is identity for closure. Choosing
some before trying other options. See yourself clearly. To live out your own greatness and not someone else's idea of it, you have to be intentional about crafting your identity. Part of this intentionality might mean rejecting some old parts of yourself. So let us get into another slide. See yourself clear, which means give up part of the old self. Visualizing the new self. While speaking with me about the need for change, Leon Howard, South Carolina State Representative, shared a story he read about two men who decided to quit smoking. One of the men, when offered a smoke, responded, "No, I'm trying to quit." He still visualized himself as a smoker, one who was trying to quit, but a smoker nonetheless. The other replied, "No, I don't smoke." He was fully invested in a new identity by taking off his old self and coming a new identity. Off to the internal self with the language of new self. Claim the new identity. It goes back to the reality that you are enough and are becoming more. Not either or, but both. And as Leon shared with me, I appreciate where I am right now. But more importantly, I appreciate where I am going. Where I am now and where I am going. The reality is that your identity will continually evolve and include diverse elements. So you must be careful not to limit yourself. You are a combination of all your experiences, communities, and beliefs. And that one of a kind combination is what makes you the best person to pursue your unique, meaningful mission. If you hold a clear image of your ideal self as your North Star, you will make incremental life changes that will bring you closer to the meaningful success that you find fulfilling. Meaningful success. Research shows that the most successful people are ones who try on multiple identities. Hermina Albira, a professor at the London Business School, has been studying how people build careers. She discovered successful people try on and switch out many identities and do not simply accept identities to please others. They take the initiative to explore different roles to find the combination that feels right for them. Sometimes, as was the case for Adam Grant, your experimentation may involve taking of identities that you have worn for a while. Adam wanted to share his ideas on public stages, but he had long worn the identity of an introvert who feared public speaking. To help him adapt his identity, he listened to other introverts who delivered powerful speeches. People like Brian Little, Susan Cain, and Malcolm Gladwell. He decided to let go of his past identity as a self-conscious speaker and tried on a fresh identity that served his mission. Now you can find his inspirational speeches all over, from YouTube to TED Talks. Dr. Benjamin Hardy, an organizational psychologist, also acknowledges the importance of having a flexible identity. He shared with me that having a flexible identity does not mean it is out of your control. You should always be the one directing the changes to your identity, but your identity will inevitably change. Your past self had different approaches for meeting a different set of goals, which is why when one us to always work with goals and beliefs that serve the present you, not a previous version of you. He encourages you to ask what you should be focusing on right now without holding yourself to old standards. This current focus mindset, he says, will help you selectively put your attention on the things that will help you achieve the next great thing in your life. When life coach, inspirational speaker, and entrepreneur Dean Story joined me on my show, he shared this wisdom. When you find out where you came from, who you are, and what your purpose is, you cannot be stopped. You become unstoppable if you know who you are and your purpose. To pursue greatness, you have to first know yourself. No one else can do that for you. There are problems you are meant to solve. Don't miss out on knowing yourself and feeling completely fulfilled by the success meant for you. Hero or villain? Hero or Ronald Miller gives us a good way of looking at how our identities get shaped. He told me that identity is everything because we will operate out of how we see ourselves, living our identities in stories. As Dunn describes it, there are essentially four primary characters in every story: the victim, the villain, the hero, and the guide. Four characters of our story. The victim, the villain, the hero, and the guide. The victim believes they are doomed and have no way out. They are looking for a rescuer. The villain is the one who makes others small. They demean others in order to feel powerful. The hero is the one who really doesn't have what it takes, but accepts the challenge and transforms until they can get the job done. The guide is the one who has played the hero for so long that they have the expertise to turn around and help somebody else. The key point Dunn makes is that these four characters simultaneously exist in every story. They simultaneously exist in every story. The more you identify as the victim, the worse your story will go. Don told me, victims do not transform. They are only bit parts to make the hero look good and the villain look bad. When we play the victims, our stories go nowhere. We never get what we want. We don't build a legacy. We are not remembered. To put this in the perspective of the previous chapter, victims don't work to heal the trauma in their past. They let it define who they are. Victims do not heal the trauma. They allow the trauma define them. But there is another subtle yet more important distinction to be made about what we chose to do with the pain of the past. Don puts it this way. Villains and heroes actually have the exact same backstory. Both the villain and the hero backstory are painful. And heroes have the same painful backstory. At the beginning of the movie, the hero has pain of some sort. Likewise, the villain has a painful backstory. So the difference between the villain and the hero is one thing, how they respond to pain. The difference is how they respond to pain. The world hurt me. I am gonna hurt it back. And the hero says, the world hurts me. I am not gonna let this happen to anybody else. How you decide to react to the pain that has come your way in life causes you to be the victim, villain, or hero of your identity story. And you may well serve as a guide to others along the way. As Don pointed out to me, often the learning takes place as the hero takes action. Going to therapy, engaging in a relationship, learning from past mistakes, or helping someone else. Healing is a journey, one you must take to discover who you are. Engaging greatness. If you are ready to uncover your identity so you can see yourself clearly, I encourage you to engage in the following exercise to help identify who you are and who you want to become. If you don't love yourself, so the first is your current identity. Your current identity. if you don't love yourself for who you are, it's hard to pursue a meaningful mission and carve out the life you are meant to have. I truly believe that you are a gift to the world and you deserve an abundance identities. You are a gift to the world. You deserve abundance identity. The best place to start building a stronger, non-limiting abundance identity is to figure out who you are now and chart a path to who you want to be. The second is take inventory of your current self. Take inventory of your current self. Self-awareness is key to cultivating a new identity. You can't get to finish line if you don't know where to start. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on the following statements below. Be sure to record your answers in a place where you can review them in few months. You will want to be able to track your progress. So let us ask the questions. I am happy with who I am. 7. I want to attract opportunities, abundance, and meaningful relationship. I want to attract opportunities, abundance, and meaningful relationships. 10. I want to feel much better about myself than I currently do. Then I have bad habits that need reshaping. 4. I know the new behaviors I need to create for myself. 6. 5. Okay. I know what I need to do, become who I want to be. So it is like I understand what my identity needs to be to support my meaningful mission, which is then I know what my meaningful mission is. Then I cannot have clarity on my meaningful mission, but I want to take steps to discover it and build an identity to direction. So these are the questions we ask to ourselves to have a clarity on what is our school, greatness. These statements are only meant to cause your starting point. They are not a reflection of how powerful and abundant your new identity can be. Remember, this is only the beginning of an incredible journey. Don't get discouraged if any of your ratings were lower than what you want them to be. Instead, take a minute to reflect on any answers about that you want to explore further and write down your thoughts. Next is write a meaningful mission manifesto. Write a mission manifesto. My mission is to build a mission to a super performing good 1,000 of significance to the target. Clear, calm, and greener, within $20 billion supplies and one countries using Then examining group. Humans at any point or another all experience feelings like we are not enough. It is part of human experience for our confidence to ebb and flow. When our identities are limited and built on negative experiences, the, the feeling of not being enough can be crushing. People can work 60 hours a week, get every promotion they want, and still feel like they are terrible at their job if their identity is not built on a solid foundation or if their actions are not aligned with their truest selves. If you feel like nothing you do is good enough and that you are consistently stuck, it might be because the actions you take are out of alignment with your true purpose or because you haven't healed a wound that is driving you to feel this way. No matter what you do, what you achieve, or how many allegedly good actions you take, it will feel empty if you are not on the right path. To free yourself from a prison of negativity, you must understand you ultimately want to become and chart a path to that person, that purpose, that identity. In this state, I want you to take a few minutes to review your answers from the previous day. Reflect on a few of them and get complete with the outcomes you want. So I have this thing, this mission statement written. Now let us scrutinize this. These are the behaviors I know to change. My highest self no longer spends time. My highest self wants to spend time doing these things instead. My highest self wants to help others by when I picture my highest self, these are the characteristics that I have. So viewers, I know I want to change. So there has to be these behaviors first. My highest self no longer spends time watching movies. My mind. Highest self wants to spend time doing recording, creating content, my highest self wants to help others by creating and abundance formula. When I picture my highest self, I have the characteristics of an of a epic person who gets done. So these are the formula. You can write yours. Now that you have written these things down, take a minute to put them all together in a meaningful mission manifesto. I am committed to ending the behaviors that are inconsistent with who I want to be. I'll stop this. I'll no longer spend time in this. Instead, I'll spend time with this, because I want to help others doing this. I'll spend time becoming the kind of person who does this. When I move through the world aligned with my truest and highest self, I can achieve my meaningful mission, help others, attract abundance, and create positive opportunities for myself. Anthony Cooper. Anthony Cooper, am committed to ending the behaviors that are inconsistent with who I want to become. I'll stop procrastinating when it's time to meet a deadline. I'll be kind and loving. So the statement is so the new statement will be committed to being behaviors that are inconsistent with who want to become. I will stop procrastinating when there's time to meet with them. I will be kind and loving to myself when I will be when I fail. I will stop and stop getting over minor infractions and learn to be more forgiving. I will spend hours watching. So like this. When I move through the world aligned with my interest and highest self, I can achieve my meaningful mission, help others, attract abundance, and create positive opportunities for myself. This manifesto will help guide you as you build a new, more positive identity. If you are out of integrity with who you want to be, the way you think about yourself and the actions you take, you are not going to feel whole. You are going to feel a profound sense of lack. This is harmful to your identity. Your meaningful mission manifesto is a commitment to yourself to take the actions that confirm an abundance identity, support your growth, and ultimately assist you in your meaningful mission. There will be days, weeks, and months where you won't feel like taking the actions that support your desired identity, but you must press on. The last statement of your manifesto tells you why. Own new skills. With your MMM written, it is likely some new skills will need to be learned and developed to support your new path. Reshaping your habits, new skills, and new growth are all things that will help you build a new identity. In addition, the new behaviors and skills will help you feel better about yourself, attract meaningful relationships, and become aware of good opportunities. Based on your answers from the first step, take a minute to list any new skills you may need to develop below. Next to them, write down how you can achieve them with a coach, book, etc. I have provided a few examples so you can see what I mean. Complete your own list on a separate sheet of paper or in your journal. Frugality. Find an online course or book I can work with. Resiliency. Find a self-talk therapist. Not procrastinating. Look for people online who share skill building in this area. Find a person to help with accountability in this area. Get ready for greatness. Appreciate the strength it took you to get from where you were to where you are now. If you had feelings of inadequacy or dissatisfaction during this exercise, I want to remind you that you are building a new you. You are creating an identity that isn't based on trauma, criticism, or lies about what you can accomplish. Take this moment to breathe deeply. Your innate strength will help you get to where you want to be. Greatness habits. So, the next is identity celebration. First is identity celebration. When I set out on my own path to greatness, I was reactive, fearful, and anxious. I had built my identity from the past that was mired with trauma and challenging experiences. I had to intentionally pursue healing from my traumas, work through my fears, and create a new identity for myself. One big step in my healing path was acceptance. I had to decide to love myself for who I was, who I would become, and every step in between. I had to stop beating myself up for not being perfect and take specific steps to protect myself from harmful inner thoughts. Our inner thoughts shape our identity. We have to view ourselves in a loving, positive light so that we can build the identity we want. Take some time today to clean your inner house of negativity and celebrate who you are right now. This next is replace. Replace your negative. Negative thoughts are energy vampires and can affect your meaningful mission, work performance, and most important, relationships. One of the best ways to stop negative thoughts is to identify them, bring them to the surface, and acknowledge them. It's counterintuitive not to suppress negative thoughts, but they are the reliance of our identity, and they get stronger and bigger every time we stuff them down or put them on a shelf for later. In this step, I want you to spend some time identifying the thoughts and feelings that cause you to shut down, react, get defensive, or isolate yourself. Get out your trusty journal or a new sheet of paper. Identify your chronic negative thoughts and feelings. Ask yourself, does this thought or feeling support an abundance identity? Refrain your intrusive thought with an abundance mindset. Sketch out a table like the one that follows and fill in the lines. I have filled in some example so you can see what I want to do. I am so messed up, there is no way I can help. Replace this with I am well prepared to provide empathy and help someone who has had negative experience. What is I'm too old to start something new. I have lost my chance. Because of my age, I am equipped to help with younger people avoid the pitfalls I experienced. I will never measure up with my peers. They are all so much farther ahead than I am. The only experience that concerns me is my own. I am walking a new path of growth that will take me to where I want to be. So many times the thoughts and emotions we experience don't belong to our true selves. They were created through our trauma or imagined through our fear. When a painter sits down to paint, if they were to imagine that someone might say on an Instagram photo of their artwork, they would never paint with me. If a runner sets out to run the Boston Marathon, they would never complete it if they kept hearing their college coach calling them loser. Our most authentic identity is not self-critical or disappointed with who we are. Our truest essence is loving, kind, and encouraging to ourselves. When we bring our not worthy and good enough thoughts into the light, they cannot survive. Step 2. Celebrate you. Who you are worthy. You deserve to live a big life. You matter. You are a gift. Take some time to celebrate the wonder that is you. It is time to make a list of the things we love about ourselves. List anything you love about yourself, anything. You don't need to use a lot of words, but be specific instead of I am great at deadlifts. Go deeper into why you love this about yourself. I'm great at deadlifts because I'm never intimidated by the weight on the bar. Then take a moment to reflect on how these celebrations can help you on your journey to heal and pursue a meaningful mission. Here is what that might look. I celebrate how this can apply to my meaningful mission and abundance identity. I am great at deadlifts because I am never intimidated by the weight on the bar. If I look at obstacles as just another plate on the bar, I can summon the part of me that is never intimidated and move forward with confidence. I am a good friend because I am very encouraging and I always show up when I am needed. I can look at myself as a friend, encourage myself, and work to give myself what I need when I'm in the crisis. I love that I'm kind to everyone I meet, even when I feel cranky. When I'm feeling angry with myself for imperfections, I know I have the strength to be kind to myself. If I can find strength for strangers, I can find strength for myself. When you are done, post this list. Somewhere you can refer to it all. Take a picture with your phone so you can carry it in your pocket. Put it in the pages of your journal or hang it on the fridge. Put it anywhere you can see it. When you feel chronic negativity creeping in, this list will remind you of your work and help you re-enter your thinking. Write a letter, write a letter from your future self. Next, take all the positive feelings you have from step 2 and channel them into a letter from your future self to your current self. Imagine yourself just a few years into the future, writing a letter to the present you, right in the middle of the work of healing and growth. You can say anything you want in this letter, and in case it's helpful, here are a few ideas to get started. Thank yourself for doing the daily actions that help build a stronger identity. Mention how proud you are of your younger self for doing the hard work of healing. Talk about why you are proud of your present self. Thank yourself for showing up. Mention the obstacles that you had to overcome and celebrate overcoming them. Mention the addictions or destructive behaviors you come from. Say thank you for the routines you established. Encourage yourself to stay the course. Mentor yourself by revealing the consistent behaviors you need to embrace to build a new identity. Celebrate the fact that your younger self supported your meaningful mission. Follow your intuition as you write the letter. You are celebrating yourself in the now for getting to where you want to go. You are amazed. You are the one. You are probably heard me say that this before. If you want to find the one person who can change your life, look in the mirror. You are the only person who can give yourself what you want. And you must be willing to do the work every day. That is why it is so important to accept yourself, celebrate your work, and reprogram your negative thoughts. You are on the path to greatness now. Develop your skills, own your insecurities, and celebrate your abilities. Do the work every day, build yourself into a force. You have everything you need right now to try. The next is your inspiration finder. Inspiration finder. Inspiration is a word we throw around, and it is easy for it to get taken. But authentic inspiration is vital on your journey to build a new identity. Inspiration can give you wings to rise above the world, help you learn more, and live a better life. When we have people in our lives who inspire us, both personal and virtual, online coaches, I genuinely believe we have more joy and can make a more significant impact. This exercise will help you find what inspires you, identify what you want from it, and make a plan to achieve it. So the first is write an inspiration list. Write an inspiration list. In this step, identify the people who you admire and from whom you get inspiration. It can be anyone, parent, sibling, friend, teacher, online coach, or celebrity, or well-known figure. Feel free to list anyone who comes to mind, even if you think it might seem odd. If they inspire you, write them down. Write a list of people who inspire you. Write 1 to 2 sentences next to each name about why they inspire you. Understanding who you admire and why can why can help you identify what you yourself want to embody. Next is visualize. Next, get more concrete by listing actual characteristics you want to develop for yourself. It might help to look at the list from step one and dissect which admirable qualities this particular people possess. Visualize who you want to become. What qualities or characteristics do you have? How do these qualities or characteristics help you in your information? As you visualize your future self, take an assessment. Are you doubtful or confident? What do you think about yourself? Are you fearful or fearless? What other emotions are you feeling? Do the same with the people you listed in statement. How do you imagine they feel about themselves? Do they pursue their goals even when they don't feel confident? Why do they tackle problems or obstacles? How do they motivate themselves? When you are ready, get out a piece of paper, journal, notes app. You know the drill by now and record the characteristics you want to have. Meditate, meditate with these prompts. Now that you identified the qualities and the characteristics you want to build, take some time to meditate on them. It is in the quiet moments of meditation that we can center our thoughts and begin healthy thought patterns around main goals. Meditation can also help us discover the concrete steps we want to take to achieve our goals. A lot of magic can happen in the quiet. To get ready for meditation, find a comfortable position. Many people report that meditation is most effective when their feet are flat on the ground. But find whatever position is most comfortable for you. Start your meditation with several deep breaths. You may want to bring focus to your breathing by counting the beats of your inhales and exhales. Inhale for 7 beats and exhale for 8. Take a moment to check in with your body. Scan yourself from head to toe. Feel your arms. Become aware of your feet. Notice your back and placement of hands. If any part of your body is dense or tight, like your jaw or shoulders, especially, spend a few moments trying to relax them up. Check in with your energy, thoughts, and feelings. Are you feeling positive or negative? Tired or energetic? Hungry or full? There are no wrong answers here. It is just time to observe. Take some time to be grateful. Find 3 things in your life for which you are grateful and take a moment to focus on each other. Choose one of the following prompts and meditate on it for 3 to 5 minutes. As you reflect, try to consciously open your mind so that new ideas can come in. You may find your mind wandering, and that is okay. Just bring yourself back to the prompt and keep meditating. What has inspired you this week? What are some ways having these qualities or characteristics will enhance your life or bring you more joy? What are some ways these characteristics will help you create an abundance identity? How can these new characteristics or qualities help you in your meaningful mission? What is one way you can begin adopting these new qualities? How can you practice it? Meditate on this phrase from your meaningful mission manifesto by repeating it over and over again. When I move through the world aligned with my truest and highest self, I can achieve my meaningful mission, help others, attract abundance, and create positive opportunities for myself. Meditation is calming to our nervous systems and trains our brain to come back to the present moment over and over again. This is a good skill to have on hand as you battle negative thoughts and get rid of your limiting beliefs as soon as you feel triggered or overwhelmed. As you continue to build your new identity, make sure you make time to meditate. You will find it to be inspiring, peaceful, and beautiful. You are the inspiration. When you have the courage to fail, you get rid of toxic thinking and build a new identity. You will inspire others to do the same. Your inspiration will ripple throughout everyone with whom you come into contact. It is hard work building a new identity, but the quiet persistence with which you set and achieve your goals will inspire others, just as you have been inspired. There are no mistakes in who you are, what you are offering, and where you have been placed in life. You are here to be an inspiration to people. Your mantra creator. Everything I do when I am running and want to quit. When I want to stop or feel fatigue, I repeat a mantra to myself. I am fast. I'm healthy. I'm free. With each running step, I am fast. I'm healthy. I'm free. And as I run, my fatigue seems to disappear. My my pain diminishes and I start to run a little faster. Our thoughts and outputs are closely connected. This exercise will help you to create mantras that serve you as you build your abundance identity. Write down the things you most desire. If you can be anything, from business success to a loving relationship to becoming the world's most foremost lemon expert. Whatever it is, write it down. Next to each one, write a declarative and positive statement. Imagine that you already have what you want most. If you wrote down, I want to find the love of my life, next to it, write down, I'm lovable, I'm loved. Written your statement down to a few words to create a mantra that is short and easy to remember and read. Here is here are a few tips for writing your mantra. Keep your mantra in the first person. Begin with I or man. Make your mantra specific. Make your mantra positive with no negative thoughts. Using this formula, create mantras for any part of your life where you need to overcome an obstacle, deal with a difficult situation, or steer your mind away from negative thoughts and into positivity. And as I do, repeat the mantra anytime you need it, with every step or every breath you take. Nothing is more powerful than changing your negative thinking in the present moment. Thank you for watching. This is what we have in the engaging greatness thing. So thank you for watching, and we will get a new chapter. No. And